How hot is hot?
About my black brother, I love you, and I'll never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you, forever true. These are the things that change boys to me.
Every man has a higher self and a lower self. With your higher self, you can achieve greatness and things beyond this planet. With your lower self, you get your basic needs, but also to create darkness. Find your balance, King.
Hotep, children of the sun, and welcome. Your #1 station focused on rebuilding our nation. WMLR, More Life Radio, proudly presents Brother, 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 a show dedicated to the upliftment and encouragement of the melanated kings.
Yo, I ain't here for playing around, I wear the crown. King of New York, nah, now how that shit sound? King of the coast, nah, I cover more ground. King of oneself, yeah, that's how I get down. Yeah, my skin brown, that's that melanin. Ha, I'm wearing it proud, it ain't no telling when. Ha, they might come around screaming irrelevant. Ha, ain't gonna get down and plant the evidence. But I ain't here for playing around, I wear the crown. I ain't here for playing around, I wear the crown. I ain't here for playing around, I wear the crown. I ain't here for playing around, I wear the crown. Descended of kings and queens, and we don't know what that means. Turn the palace to the projects and shatter esteem. But I'm here to let it be known, no matter the scene, they can't take royalty from your being. It's embedded in your DNA and your genes. $1,000 sneakers and jeans, you could invest in yourself and your dreams. Is you hearing me now? Them pedestal folks letting you down. Since James Brown said I'm black and I'm proud, they've been pumping us with the opposite. Dividing and conquer is pretty obvious. Misled and misguided.
No, I don't worry. I tell you, I'm a man who believes that I died 20 years ago. And I live like a man who is dead already. I have no fear whatsoever of anybody or anything. Freedom. Anytime you beg another man to set you free, you will never be free. Freedom is something that you have to do for yourself. That we are really, really ready and willing to pay the price that is necessary for freedom. Our people will always be walking around here second-class citizens, or what you call 20th century slaves. What price are you talking about? The price of freedom is death.
Not T. The smarter, the harder the battle. Classism, blacks prison and slaughter like cattle. Divide and conquer's been a modern mantra. Put you in front of your honor for your mama could buy you your first time. The Arabs, the Sandras, and little white diamonds. Turned into hashtag shit feeling like Baghdad because of my pigment. I swear this stuff is ridiculous. Living in these conditions is hard to help make sure that the history was institutionalized and passed on to you. Teach us that we were slaves and never
you can't send your child to the enemy and think the enemy will give your child history. That's clear. So since you've made no effort at all to come together with those who want to give their children proper education, proper history of what's going on, now that your children don't know the history, don't be screaming at the children.
Okay, let's take another break, and when we come back, I would encourage you to speak up more forthrightly.
With your host, Khonsu, Shesnmu, Amun, and Tehuti, Virgo, exclusively on WMLR. Without further ado, all hail the King.
Dun dun. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. WMLR, brother. It's your one and only Khonsu, Shesnmu, Amun, and the man to the side of me, my soul brother #1, Tehuti the Fly, Virgo. Wednesday night.
Check 1, 2, 1, 2.
Wednesday night.
How you doing? Yes. Yes, yes. It's Wednesday night again, King. Feeling good. Ready to give him this work.
Yes, sir, man. I'm, giving legendary service. I'm under the weather. Feeling like crap, but I'm going to get it done. Knock it out.
Yeah, it's this weather, man. This fall weather is clowning down here in Dallas. It was 81 yesterday. Beautiful day. Today it was 65 and raining. And let me tell y'all something, right? I know it doesn't compare to back home in the Midwest. Chicago, Flint, Detroit, all this, I know it has no comparison. But it does get cold down here. The wind is something different. When it's raining, that wind is just blowing constantly. So, yeah, it does get cold. So it was cooler today, but I think it's the weather too, man. The change. We're about to fall back in the time on Sunday. So the clubbers are gonna love this weekend because they get to stay out an extra hour.
Right.
This like a holiday to the clubbers. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we want to
Stay
welcome
out if
everybody.
you must. Have fun. Trick or treat. Have fun.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to everybody celebrating the pagan holiday Halloween.
No, that's crazy.
Hope you getting it in. You know what? You don't celebrate. You didn't dress up or nothing like that.
No, man. I dressed up as a hard working ass black man. That was my outfit today. Hard working ass black man. And it didn't even cost me much. I didn't have to do too much, man.
Oh, I was just a fly Virgo. That's what I was. Oh, damn. Just a fly Virgo. That's what I went to work as.
Whew.
But yeah, man, a lot of people out there. I do enjoy the posts where they post different kids in their costumes. Some people get real creative. It's just, you love to see that creativity of our people. I do. I won't lie. But I myself don't partake in any of the pagan holidays at all. And no, I'm not a Jehovah's Witness or any of that. I just know what they are. So that's my choice. Everybody do what they do, make it float their boat. You know what I'm saying? More power to you. Y'all be safe out there. Y'all know people act crazy on this night tonight. So be careful, be safe, enjoy, whatever. I'm not dressing up constantly. I'm good.
Hey, I'm going to keep it 1,000. Halloween is silly. Next caller. It's a silly holiday. It's a silly, silly holiday, bro. I'm just going to keep it 1,000.
Yeah.
It's a silly ass holiday.
I'm going to tell you, the one that's silliest for me now would be Christmas. Saturnalia, as it's originally known. Because it creates this false sense in people that as soon as that day and that time is over, you go right back to being, the world goes right back to being selfish and unconscientious, and all of these types of things. So to me, it's a farce. We get caught up in it. And, it's the most happiest time of the year. To me, that's the silliest, man. And what it's supposed to represent, it doesn't. Even though that's falsehood and based from falsehood as well. But it still doesn't even represent that. So, I don't know. All of them. I don't know, though. Which holiday would you say is indeed? Would you say Halloween is the silliest?
Yeah. I still say that. Unequivocally. I think any holiday that I would probably take serious would be a birthday.
Right.
A birthday. I would take a birthday as a commemorative day of birth.
Anniversary.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is cool. But Christmas, Easter,
Easter. Yeah, let's not forget about the silliness of Easter. You got a bunny.
I think I was traumatized as I had to wear white dress shoes on Easter. That is tough for any little kid. That little boy or girl that have to wear white dress shoes with black bottoms and the bottoms black.
Right.
Woo.
He was rocking a strap.
Oh man, they seem to clack a little louder than regular black dress shoes. Like when you would hit that church floor, it would sound like you was a horse in the parade. When you it was some traumatic moments.
He said traumatic. Yeah, I remember those days. That one would have to be, and I think Black people celebrating St. Patrick's Day is a really.
Boy, we don't need to be on YouTube about that.
No, we need to really do a show.
Top of the morning.
Yeah.
Really?
And break down who St. Patrick is and who he was. People don't know, but they celebrating. Then there's a St. Nicholas Day, right before Christmas. And if you know who St. Nick is, right, what we were taught, then if you learn the history about St. Nicholas himself, it'll blow your mind. And you'll ask yourself, how on earth could I participate in these ritualistic pagan celebrations? Yeah. So hey, shout out anyway. Thanksgiving is coming. You know what I'm saying? We about to go into that season, so we just wanted to touch on that a little bit. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Hey, what's happening, cuz? I got my sister right over there. What's popping with you, E. White?
And for those of you who are watching the screen right now, this is a new night, guys. Let everybody know. Wednesday nights is our new regularly scheduled programming, man. We're no longer on Thursdays. We needed to separate a little time because of the demand for the brothers on Saturdays and on Wednesdays. So we needed a little tea time between Thursday and Friday just to stretch our legs a bit. So this is the new night, y'all. Wednesday nights. Spread the word. Like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Real Radio on a vlog platform.
Absolutely. WMLR, your #1 station dedicated to Black emancipation. Now, if this is your first time, I like to just do this real fast. We set this up. This is our barbershop talk, right? If you've ever been in the barbershop with Black men, you have a variety of different Black men in one setting. The conversation can be about anything. And so this is a platform for Black men to sound off. And we welcome you. And Queens, we welcome you as well. I got a treat for the Queens tonight. Got a treat for y'all. We, of course, inject all aspects of manhood, things that we like and enjoy, music, comedy, politics, women. Y'all already know we talk about the Queens. Yeah. We gotta help y'all. We're trying to help y'all. So yeah, we do all of it. Yes, yep. Oh, they cussing me out right now. Help us. Can you just feel that? I feel that energy. Hell, what the hell you mean? Help us. We help yourself. No. Am I wrong? I know I ain't wrong. But anyway, we're gonna get into it. All right, so first thing I want to talk about, man, is the Golden State Warriors, man.
The GSWs?
The GSWs, man. We are just seeing phenomenal things happen. Look, Ebony said, I'm trying to help Ike. No, I ain't trying to help Ike. I'm not doing it. Look, the Golden State Warriors cannot be stopped. Clay woke up the other night, hit 52 points in 23 minutes. And this is all while Kevin Durant and Steve Curry shot less than 10 times in the whole game. And they still scored 149 points.
100 against the Chicago Bulls.
149 points. Clay hit 52, and Durant and Curry shot less than 10 times.
Yes.
You just do the math. Nobody's stopping them, man. Nobody.
Not this year. It don't look good.
Yeah.
Boston is overrated. Toronto, that's a joke. Who else do you have?
My Pistons look formidable if they can get past Boston. They just lost to Boston. They gave a much better game after taking a shellacking in our house, in the Palace, by Boston. And then they played them this weekend, and this past weekend, and they lost by 3 points or somewhere. They played them the other night, and they lost by 3 points. So it doesn't matter. It's like it really doesn't matter. You just want your team, if they out east, you just want them to do well out east, because you know what time it is when that finals comes. Nobody's stopping Golden State. They're just not. If Clay continues to shoot like that, then man, because KD can turn it on when he wants to. Yeah. He turns it on. He's the best player on the planet. LeBron is right there. All right. I'll say him and LeBron are tied. How about that?
As what?
The best player on the planet.
LeBron's not the best player.
What? What do you mean? Everybody says LeBron James is the best player on the planet. Even the commentators say it.
They're wrong. They're wrong. The LeBron mania is over. He's a liability. Kevin Durant is the best player in the NBA.
On the planet, yo.
Kevin Durant's the best player on the planet, bro. Period. Did you see what he did to the Knicks? He just said, you know what? Take this 40. Like he just preached, here, take this 40. Have a good night.
Go on over there and sit down.
Right. The Knicks was hanging into the third quarter. He why the Knicks in this? Here you go. Take this 40.
Yeah. So that's what Shannon Sharp and they were saying, because obviously I haven't been watching. I don't watch the NBA during football season. And I'm boycotting the NFL. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what my Steelers are doing. I don't care. I'm not going to support it. So I'm watching college. We got a big game this weekend. Go Blue, Michigan. Wolverine football is back. But we're not going to overarch. We're going to take it 1 week at a time.
Did you say the Wolverine football is back?
That's what I said, brother. And I didn't stutter, utter, or mutter when I said it. And I meant it. But we got a lot of work to do. And so this is my biggest fear for Michigan, right? It seems as though every time they come out of a bye week, they struggle. They don't play like they played. I hate bye week for Michigan football. I like the years we don't get a bye week. Just let them keep playing. They're young. Let them keep playing. Let them stay in the flow. Practice is great, but it's not the real thing. It's different when you come out of practice and get out in the real thing, from a simulation. So I think it disrupts the young men, and I worry about my Wolverines coming out of the bye, and we come out playing Penn State, who just won last weekend. So it's going to be tough Saturday. And I might start watching basketball now that I'm not watching the NFL. So
my two top teams in college are Alabama and Notre Dame. I can't choose between the two because I have connections to those schools. And
it's hard because they both suck. So
but they're undefeated. Whoa. Notre Dame's 8-0. Okay. Alabama's 8-0.
Alabama doesn't play anybody. Who have they played?
Oh my goodness, man!
Nobody. Who do they play?
They play football. They play football.
They might as well play high school. They might as well play the
Come on, Ebony.
Football team.
Ebony.
Wolverines for life. Absolutely. In Chicago, she's saying that too.
Come on, Eb.
We everywhere. We everywhere, man. I walk in the store down here in Dallas, Texas, you understand me? And they say, go blue.
Ebony, no. No, Ebony. No. Don't let your cousin influence you in such a bad way.
Our bloodline, man. It's in our bloodline. It is in our bloodline.
Roll Tide.
All right, Khonsu. So let's go ahead now. We right at the right mark. Let's go ahead and raise the vibrations. WMLR style is exclusive More Life Radio music clusters, and we really hope that y'all enjoy this one tonight. Enjoy these. Now I don't know what you bringing first, King.
This is the beginning of the show, so we gonna stay with the flow. We coming with these femcs.
Yeah, man. Shout out. This was a special one for me, right? Because people don't respect, I think, they don't respect a real femc, as I like that. It was labeled, they were labeled that. I like that phrase. But you can just call them MCs, because some of these queens that really, all of the ones that I'm bringing to you tonight could body a lot of these male so-called rappers, could body them in a battle, standing toe-to-toe. So I wanted to do a tribute to the hip-hop queens, and I brought some real ones for you tonight. I hope you enjoy this mix. And yeah, let's raise the vibrations. And when we come, we'll be back. What up? Shout out to everybody joining us, coming in. You know what I'm saying? CP time. CPT, what up? we ain't never on time. But we'll thank y'all anyhow. All right, Khonsu, man. Go on ahead and drop that needle on the watch. Boy, kick that shit.
Man, pull out your Adidas and your Kangos.
Yeah.
Let's get ready, man. WMLR, brother. The FemC Wednesday night music cluster. Right now, y'all. Let's get ready, man. Let's get your spray cans and your cardboard. Get your backstands ready, y'all. Let's go.
Well, back once again by popular demand. It's 87, y'all. So no more Roxanne, just the everlasting name. On top they said plain. I let the new tracks rain, but now I'm here to retain what's rightfully mine. And I think that you'll find that if it's not Shantae, it's not genuine. I'm smart, intelligent, tasteful, and elegant. Seeing all you female MCs to be irrelevant. I make a large amount of rhymes up per day. And when I finish, go check the survey to see who's pumping. And I'm on top because when I start rapping, I rock non-stop, throwing death rhymes at you. Solid as a statue. Days and maids you will praise and be infatuated. Some hate it, but I don't care. It doesn't matter because you're looking at a queen, my dear.
This is another Fly Virgo production, exclusively on WMLR. More Life Radio. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
Need to switch to being actors. Images on your act to hold the laughter. And the lip, the clappers in the clip. I flip a flow like the Bobby turning tricks. Am I thinking I put you like drop once you leave? Who wants to become smart? I leave darkness where they used to be your front teeth. I'm heartless when it comes to having a back. I'm a partners. Yeah, we artists for testing us ain't the smartest. You can walk, but blow me down. I doubt it, kid. Or get your ass whipped behind what your mouth did. You need more help. Memories didn't cap the neck. Your ass ain't slick. I'm at some shit quick. I got connects. I get that ass stuck like glue. Stab to the FU. I wed you and make your fans forget you. Cause if I let you get over, then I bet you think you could do it on the wreck, so I'ma wreck you. You don't know. Element that I'm a mom-lead done. Fools get it done, but over dumb reason. You didn't know. Element that I'm a mom-lead done. Better check it out before you become one. Y'all don't know. Element that I'm a mom-lead done. Fools get it done, but over dumb reason. You didn't know. Element that I'm a mom-lead done. Better check it out before you become one. You're setting up. To the day I die, my heart rests there.
Real hip hop lives on WMLR. More Life Radio. Real radio on a blog talk platform. Catch the beat.
A little VI, a little bass. Yeah. From them parts near Rutland Stage. Where's nothing but fun to leave blazing. Shine the red light deep in the basement. Easy wider, grind the tiger. Take my waist and just wind up, wind up. Weakness in my knees for them guys. Been screaming roughneck since 93. Real up, come now, rewind. In one posse, settle your mind. One named Pepper, yeah. Face and Dreddy, yeah. One from guns and machetes. Murder them, yeah. Murder them. Another bad boy posse, come on, murder them.
Brooklyn,
yeah. Flatbush, Brooklyn style. Crown Heights, Brooklyn, Bushwick, Easy, Brooklyn, Brownsville, East New York, Cap, Fit, let them wear it. Let them wear that
ting. I flip styles on them, whip styles on them. Shift, get quick, then spit styles on them. Chameleon, they rave when they see me on. BET, whenever they TV on. In BK, we slay anything that moves. Ash J, Foxy, MOP dudes. Buckshot, special ed, jump rock to the head, non-stop. Number 3, new lots. Wicked from the belly of Brownsville. Come Sutter Ave, you know the half. You better chill. Blood spills on sidewalks when you side talking. Get chalked and quick down. Sick dudes with attitudes wait for you to slip, get slick and slit your throat and split. Brooklyn, Utica Avenue, Empire Boulevard.
Real hip hop lives on WMLR, More Life Radio.
Someone murdered, nobody seen, nobody heard it. Just another funeral service. Niggas will get at you, come through shining, they yap you. In broad daylight, kidnap you. Let's get clapped through. Police stay on us like tattoos. Niggas only grind cause we have to. Money is power, sling, crack, weed, and powder. Things come through every hour, it's all about that dollar. And we no deal with cowards. Weak lamb get devoured by the lion in the concrete jungle. The strong stand and rumble, the weak fold and crumble. It's the land of trouble. Brooklyn, home of the greatest rappers. Big comes first and the cream comes after. Now put your lighters up. Bed-Stuy, put your lighters up. New York, put your lighters up. DC, putting your lighters up. Philadelphia, put your lighters up. Detroit, put your lighters up. Chi-Town, keep putting them lighters up. No matter where you're from, put your lighters up. Let me give you a walkthrough, show you what to do and you don't do. Where it's not safe to go to. The boys approach you, better stay quick who you close to. Don't come through if niggas don't know you. Cause people is talking, the streets is watching. The G's is lurking, that's the 9 in the garbage. The life of a hustler, the life of a gambler. Dice games kill more niggas than cancer. You know you fuck with. Brooklyn don't run, we run shit. Roll up and just bum rush it. We don't play that. Out in BK, not at all. 4 pound, leave your face on the wall. R.I.P. in memory of. Never show thy enemies love. We get it on where we live. Better have a pass when you cross that bridge. Welcome to Brooklyn. Put your lighters up. LA, put your lighters up.
You are now rocking with the king, brother. Your #1 station dedicated to black emancipation.
I asked mama one time when I was 11, riding in the car, she told me something I won't forget it. Truth gon' chase the light no matter what night that you said it. It made me feel so low, she peeled my feelings back like lettuce with no salad. Told me save all of the carrots for the ballots. Now I'm dropping jewels as if we gave up on a marriage. I know it's hard to handle, we ain't come here in no carriage. The hood is for the rain and where they throw us is the barracks. Where we learn to master beast without a panther or a ferret. It came out in the 80s, same as me, I was a baby. And what I learned about life is Lord, the shoe is not the fairest. If your skin ain't fair as all the Beckys, Tiffany's, and Sarah's. Black don't crack, Obama ain't flinch. I sat inside that White House having conversations. Our boys turn them in and we show them more than the rims. If they jumping high for the rims, ain't a goal that we cannot win. I'm setting pics for you and them, I hope you roll off. Million black graduates, woo, let's go and show off. Reaching out to everyone from the top to block, y'all. Lemonade pictures, we grew up with what's a curveball. Made something out of nothing, better out of worse. Take care of your own, I know I gotta do that first. I know there's power in my time, I know there's power in a verse. Tell a kid good job and tell him go hard on the work. You know the world you grew up in is very small compared to Earth. It's the worst, they lied and told you your limits on the future. Y'all can brush it off, though came back around and groom ya. Me, Alicia, Tyler, Buster, every one of you, yeah. In life there ain't no rules. Rule whatever
Had a scared of life, grew up in scatter sites with parasites who fell in love with Barry White, not the crooner. Shit was far from the gooner. Senior year, maybe junior, was pouring vodka in water bottles. My father's suicide, still hard to swallow. Shit, as far as I know, crime was weakness. She was tugging at my soul, pretending to be whole, but still in pieces. Insecure like Issa, Molly, and Lawrence. Visited my daddy's mama's house, was probably haunted with all our fucking skeletons. In a room with elephants. 10 years old, they told me he got murdered. And I believed it till I questioned further. No one to call me princess. No one to call me his little angel. Cause he disappeared like Chris Angel, left shit mangled and torn. So here I am pawn, shit I still mourn. Leading niggas on cause I don't know how to love. My friend got engaged, seemed like she proud of love. Keep asking when my date. I tell her that we leaving it up to fate. When really what I hate is when they call a bride. My father won't be at his fucking daughter's side. Shit, I'm horrified. Held back pain long as the quarter five. Mortified, pretending that I'm organized when really I'm a mess. Got some shit to address, the angry black woman stigma. You be angry too if you couldn't put your trust in a nigga. Got around it like white women, he say they nicer. She cheerlead for the Pelicans, so he quickly wiped her. Say black chicks too argumentative. Where beg my part and I wasn't raised depending on men to live. No father in the crib, hard to be sensitive. Even Kevin Hart posts how he love his tender rib. But still cheated for a plate of sides. If you have a daughter, fathers teach him how to wait them ties. Teach her he must treat her like a queen before them legs divide. Mama can't do it solo, though she will attempt. But you treat her like she ain't shit in front your shit like you a pimp. Gon' make her grow up with no slow up, fucking like Corinne. Recycle men, Michael, Darryl, Harold, Ben, Reggie, Joe, Josh, Glenn. It's a cycle, now she missing cycles. Pregnant with a kid for a man that act just like you. Trying to fill a void, or end up guarded. I swear I built up so many walls, my mind's a fortress. You know that saying, can't see the trees because the forest breaking hearts before break mine, cause just like daddy, they'll depart. Or at least that's what I tell myself. Can't go to my mama cause she probably need that very help. Daddy issues, maybe that chick you called the hoe ain't a hoe. Maybe she give up the pussy hoping that he'll keep him close. Maybe that chick that's gold digging really don't want to see you broke. She associate love with bucks, it's all that she know. Maybe white women ain't the only ones submissive or giving good head, you just ain't real enough to get it. Comment below if you feel it. Hope it's touching your spirit. This one ain't just about lyrics. Had another concept but feel like Pop's doing interference. So here I am, spilling my soul. Nigga, you was supposed to watch me join and Joshua get old. I miss the father-daughter balls. When you kid yourself, it's like my mama took a harder fall. Why the fuck my Barbie dolls? We ain't get to talk at all. Selfish motherfucker left my brothers and me showing them how to toss the ball. That's why with love it's hard to get my heart involved. Maybe it's not your fault at all. Daddy, I love you and I shouldn't blame you. I just want you to know how being fatherless can change you. And to the listeners, if you have a daughter, especially fathers, you should lift her up. Or she can end up just like me, mentally unstuck. Not giving a fuck, giving a fuck, giving a fuck, giving a fuck, giving a fuck.
Rap came from us. It started. This is another Fly Virgo production, exclusively on WMLR. More Life Radio. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up,
sisters who are rappers. See, you're part of a scheme, but you don't realize you are an unwitting collaborator in a scheme that is to destroy you and your future.
Let's be very clear, I ain't here to drink beer, smoke weed, shoot the breeze and break bread with you. I'm only here to resurrect the living dead with you. Thought it was some kind of a game, I'm not playing with you. I got the Moorish warlords with Moroccan shark swords, Ethiopians with white face camouflage. Already disciplined and ready for that sabotage. You listen to Minaj? Word? You should kill yourself and everybody that you came with. Arrangements out of jurisdiction, no arraignment. My name gets mentioned through the ethers, through high frequency speakers. Certified 45, get in line. Make this revolution rap your favorite pastime. Make listening to Khonsu your very last time. Last time he was CO and now he's gangstified. Pushing keys, catching bodies, man, somebody lied. I'd rather listen to that guy noise levitate with fly boys. Organize an army, bang dead press. Understand I'm not a missionary, just the devil's adversary. Extraordinary, compliment the feds. And most listening are subject to conditioning. They need a hook, something snappy just to pull them in. I truly sympathize, I hope this pretty singing satisfies. Now should we get back to business then? separating gods from the nigga men, separating chicken heads from the heroines. They tell me constantly that I should change my content. You're just too conscious, maybe you should narrow in. Rhyme more about that street life heroin. Make it amplify, glorify the hell you're in. But where the hell you been? Clearly you don't know me then. Spit flame, ethanol, Jada Pinkett set it off. I gang bang on opposition till his head is off. His arm, leg, arm nailed to a cross. You're not a mob boss, Florentini, Machiavelli. Closest you are to Italian is sauce and spaghetti. The flow is deadly, hip-hop jihad medley. They could tell I was a rebel the moment they met me. Gotta respect me, the 85ers wanna sex me. Occupied by the 5, still I let them sweat me. You can bet me, Phoenix if they try to dead me. And the Republic of gorillas still ready to wreck me. I pull verses from my spleen for the have-nots who seem caught between the rocks and the hard spots. And most listening are subject to conditioning. They need a hook, something snappy just to pull them in. I truly sympathize, I hope this pretty singing satisfies. Now shoot.
Real hip-hop lives on WMLR, more like radio.
Sugar cane certified raw, born on 2/24, Tuesday, Mardi Gras. Hardcore spit, raised on grits, cornbread and turnip greens, vivid full color dreams. I used to sleep walking, talk to imaginary friends, they were real, not pretend. Seeing things before they happen, deja vu, started noticing a pattern. Anytime I think too hard, my nose start bleeding, I blamed it on God. Cause I didn't believe in the reverend, forced to go to church every Saturday at 7. For Christ's sake, man, Christ fake. Barely 6 years old, almost got raped. After that, I ain't really have much faith. It took a long time for me to feel safe. Been carrying that burden for years, that's the source of my fears and most of my tears. I'm a fighter though, where my lighter go? Fire starter, call me Charlie, ignite the flow. Cause when I get pissed off, rockets will lift off. Heads could get clipped off, the energy is glyph off. Higher, lower self, gotta balance them. Everything's shifting now, make it more challenging. It's all part of our evolution. Order from the chaos, peaceful solutions.
This is another Fly Virgo production, exclusively on WMLR, more life radio. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
I'm black magic, vibe for something to rap maverick. Y'all want me to dumb it down, but my too elaborate. Alphabetic, acrobatics, and every apparatus. Step onto my train of thought and get lost in my labyrinth. I am not a Barbie, I'm a barbarian. Just remember bodies to work for Kylie, then I bury him. Pray for my opponents, for they know now what they getting into. It's too many snakes and froggy types on my terrarium. Lyrically, I'm Kali, my goddess of these obvious. Nowadays, MCs can't walk a mile inside my body with blood. I will cripple every rhyme that you exhale for my diaphragm, the diagram, the steps of your retirement. I'm tireless, I earned every stripe that you admiring. Never been a star, more inclined to be a riot. I'm liar, but I organize your entire environment, and that means everybody charged up when I'm reciting. These 16s like WMDs, I'm public enemy to these Republican bastards, asking for passwords to my ribonucleic acid asterisk. That means my genetic code for anybody asking. Aspects not in my repertoire, never taking a shot, my integrity Kevlar. I am just here to test the celebrity caliber. My pedigree Elohim and you elementary bruh. I mean, they should have told you that I'm a rapper to beat. I'm the monster inside of the shadows when you can sleep. I'm the wolf at the cattle when you can mind me your sheep. You honestly ain't on par with the bars that I might discreet. Cause I am dark matter, I'm packaged inside of flesh. These triple carbons got me blacking out on every record. I'm picking apart every verb and point that you reject. Cause these rappers brought my whole style and I'm here to collect. You can pay me, I'm the queen of God hop. Straight told me to bust a acapella, told him why not. Homie, if I get hold of the mic, I might just white out. And I ain't let an 85 or get a fucking vowel out. You can call me Mau Mau, rebel in my DNA. I'm trying to make Virgo T, they rebel in the TNA. I be down in Tijuana, levitating either way. Just give me a minute for my melanin and your bay. Yeah, damn, I'm deep space, black hole in my cerebell. Flow extraterrestrial, a totem I never tell. Gave birth to the 7 wonders, ovaries never fail. Got the book of life completely encoded in every cell. Oh, mighty pod man, that's the mantra. Spit and get this heat all in your marrow like a cancer. Cyrus for the fresh meat, trying to impress me. And I'm just waiting with a crew of blacks and sick and yelling manja. This is not the end of me, I'm gon' rule the industry. I'm going after every top 10 rapper with intent to eat. With no less than 1,000-degree quality intensity. You ain't built the last of full magnitude or extent to me. It thought munch stacks and rocket in your top 5. I'm a chocolate reputation to the left side. Leave that joint cold and stiff like it's arthritis. Lost tribe of the last scribes, I'm Darth Hype. This art of rap from out the vault of humanity's fine.
You are now rocking with the king, brother, on your #1 station, dedicated to black emancipation, WMLR, More Life Radio.
Ooh. Hip hop. Yeah. Yes.
Good.
Did you enjoy that, brother?
Fly.
Yeah.
That's hip hop, baby.
Yeah, no doubt. WMLR, that's what it's all about. That's how we do it. Part 1 of the music cluster. All right, let me run down the list real quick. I know y'all like, man, who is that? Who is that? Because some of them y'all probably don't know. The first one, of course, you should know, or you're not a hip-hop head. Roxanne Shante, Gone Girl, that was a classic. Queen Latifah, Elements I'm Among. MC Light was the third one. That's a newer track. I wanted to kind of do something a little different for her. That one's called Brooklyn. Then we followed that up with Lil' Kim, Put Your Lighters Up in the Air, Put Your Lighters Up. Rhapsody. Oh man, a lot of people sleep on Rhapsody Khonsu. They sleep on her. They don't know. Yeah, North Carolina checking in.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was Rhapsody. Probably one of my favorites on the list, a newcomer. She goes by the name of 3D Not T out of the Nolia. Straight out of New Orleans. Y'all need to check her out. Check all of these queens out. That's why we do this. We support the artists, we promote the artists in order for you to turn you on to something, and then you'll go out and support these artists because they earn it. They're talented. 3D Not T ripped a real heartfelt Renegade, did it over the Renegade track, talking about her dad. I thought that was powerful, man. Powerful. And then we had Narubi Say Loud, got into that conscious, or what they call conscious hip hop. Khonsu and I celebrate it all. We love it. Narubi Say Loud, and that one was called No Hook. You listen to Minaj? Word? When she said that, I was like, yeah. After that, Star, and you spell Star's name Stahhhr. And the HH is, of course, is for hip hop. Right. She rocked the freestyle verse over the Dwick, the classic Dwick beat. That's classic. Y'all know about that. And then last but not least, had to close it out with, and Khonsu and I agree totally on this, probably the coldest, unsung, really not promoted femc in the game right now. And she goes by the name Sa-Rock. Sa-Rock. And that last track that you heard her, and the beat just kept flipping. I call her the female Rakim Khonsu.
I would give her that.
What do you think about that?
I'd give her that. I'd give her that because she definitely gets her point across in her way.
Oh my God.
She'll body a lot of guys.
And
Rhapsody,
they all beautiful. Yeah, and they real lyricists. And there's so many more. I could have did a 2-hour cluster of nothing but the dopest MCs. Mayday out of Detroit, Purple Haze out of Detroit, Bahamadia, I didn't even get to get her in there. Rod Digger, so many. Remy Ma, I know a lot of y'all like Remy Ma. You know what I'm saying? And I, I'm not a Nicki Facade team or fan or anything like that, but I've heard a couple verses that she did that I was like, oh wow, that was kind of dope. I wouldn't buy her whole album or nothing like that. I don't like biters personally. And if you're a real hip hop head, you know what biting is, and there's no biting allowed. You know what I'm saying?
Beat biter, shortstop taker.
Yeah, there's no biting, absolutely no biting allowed. And so yeah, we hope you enjoyed that tribute to the FemCs. All right, Khonsu. So what's in the news? What's trending? Oh yeah, we gotta go on and bring this out here. I know you want to talk about this and weigh in on this. because I know what you're going to probably say, and that's, I told y'all so, But Kanye West has had a change of mind. That's right. Kanye West is back in the news. I thought after a very memorable history-making event when he went to the White House, now he comes back and he's playing victim of some sort, Khonsu. What the heck is going on?
Well, he made it specific. He had a problem with the person from Brexit, not Trump. It was Brexit that took his image and utilized it to bolster their product. He didn't say that Donald Trump used him. He said that he's tired of the political process. Didn't mention Donald Trump. I know people couldn't wait to say, see, Kanye, we told you. But he specifically said Brexit. Yeah. And so he was upset because Brexit utilized him as someone that was appearing to endorse the push for Brexit amidst the crash of the pound. And that's not what Kanye was promoting, and that's what turned him off. He was like, look, I had nothing to do, nor do I support Brexit. And that's what really ticked him off.
Okay. All right. So that makes me feel better. And that makes sense. If people use, his celebrity against his wishes or anything that he stands for, then he has absolute right to be upset about that. And then he talked about, it was something, he basically wanted to say, look, I'm not dogging out the Democrats, not trying to dog them out. And yes, he might be aligning himself with the Republican side of things, and that's his choice. I don't dislike him because he's trying to be or wants to be a Republican. Again, we said before, there are a lot of celebrities that are Republicans that you love. Ladies, some of y'all would, give them the business. They are straight Republicans, voted for Trump. So you got to be fair across the board. Don't attack the person that's not afraid to speak out. We have that bad. We will attack somebody for speaking out and making the what a lot of us find comfortable, making that situation uncomfortable when it comes to the system of things that we deal with.
Right.
Some things have to be said. And some of us have that gift to orate that, and that's what our assignment is. So I agree. I applaud him still for what he did, the good things that he said. Some of the things he said we didn't agree with. We did a play-by-play twice. Both finished it up on one show, started on another. You can go back and check that out. I hope you do, because we have to be better when we make judgments, Khonsu. Like you said, a lot of people were jumped on his neck already about this. See. And we are very quick to do that, Khonsu. We'll talk about that. We kind of touched on self-hatred. Talk about that a little bit, man, and what you see being the cause of that.
Well, I mean, I think the self-hatred is, just the environment. We're byproducts of oppression. The byproducts of being non-privileged. So it's just going to transcend that way. And it's unfortunate, and it's something that we can't help. So it's just that's what I think triggers it, is the fact that we've never been in a position of control. And now that times are changing, we're still in a bad position. And so many other things are taking precedent over our Black unity that we don't have a connect, man, with each other. I think Black people were very bigoted toward each other.
Oh, yeah, without question. And when people talk about unity, I laugh and I tell them, that's a romantic notion. It wasn't unified in Kemet. It wasn't unified in Africa. There were different tribes that conducted and lived their lives the way they wanted to. And there's nothing wrong with that. But they all understood one common goal and one thing. That was respect. But you have wars and beefs and family feuds and this tribe feud. So I think when we talk about unity, what are we talking about exactly? I want Black people to unify. All right, we get together and do what? What we're gonna do? Just all stand there and look at each other?
Right. Right.
There's got to be some action, a plan of action after this so-called unity. But I don't see it happening because of mindset. You know, and you can attribute that to trauma, certain trauma that's been inflicted in one's lives. It just all depends. But there's a way we can work together. We might not be able to be unified and hang out and kick the willy bobos at the end of the day, but during the day, we could be coming together with a common goal, building schools for our children so that they get the right and proper education, building grocery stores so that we sell our people the right things to eat and not a bunch of GMO products, things of that nature. You know, I posted a picture the other day on Facebook of Black Wall Street before they bombed it from the air and the ground, and how beautiful it was, man. How clean the streets were. You didn't see a bunch of trash. Everybody had a nice car. Every man had on a suit and a hat, and every female had on a dress of some sort.
Right.
I mean, just so regal, man. And when you think about that, that was unification. But you think they didn't have disagreements within that construct? There were people that did. I don't mess with them over there. We ain't cool. But we ain't tearing up their stuff. We not hating on them to a point where we shooting at each other and shit. They weren't doing things like that. So.
Right. I think a lot of it is poverty. A lot of it creates poverty, and then poverty is covered up with social and psychological issues, as if these people, us, black people, are deviants. And, you know, black people, you know, like we showed a few weeks back, according to the FBI as of 2017, whites are committing far more crimes than we are.
Yeah.
However, it's not promoted that way. And when you add Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, they're always showing blacks doing something wrong. We don't control the media outlets, but it's actually Europeans that are doing more crimes than we are.
I mean, we just saw that last week. You know, we just saw it last week with the murders in Kentucky. The guy that shot the grandparents, both of them were grandparents, elders, two of our elders slain for nothing more than just sheer hatred and mental disorder of some sort this guy's got. You know, things like that. When you think about that, I don't think people realize that. Yes, it was in Kentucky, but at the same time, y'all, that could happen anywhere. That really could happen anywhere. And what I find striking is that now you have a lot of white people acting like, oh my God, racism does exist. Even to the point where I was reading this article. Let me just read a little taste for y'all, and we're going to move on. This is an update for the latest on the Kentucky Kroger fatal shooting. The police chief has called it a hate crime. Oh my God. This is like, it's something. This is amazing because you don't even hear them say this word. They won't even call the guy who supposedly shot up Las Vegas and shot that concert up. They wouldn't even refer to him as a terrorist or that was a terrorist act. Whenever it's one of theirs, it's a mental something. Oh my God, his meds, and he was military, and the trauma. They'll attribute that to themselves. But this particular police chief in Kentucky is calling this a hate crime. Matter of fact, the mayor, Bill Diriff, made a comment. He said, I want you all to realize, get these words he used. I want you all to realize that, yes, we have a race problem. Yes, it is real.
That's right. That's
right. That's what the mayor said. The mayor of Jeffersontown, Kentucky, said those words. Realize it. As though, what the hell have you been seeing going on for 400 or some odd years? What have you been paying attention to? You've just been turning a blind eye to it. Now, I realize. To realize is it hit. Now it finally hit me. yes, we have a race problem. It's just like, man, it's just, oh my God. But yeah, it's a terrible situation. Our hearts go out to these families.
It does, man. It does. You know, I'm very saddened by the loss, and I'm just more disgusted with the quality of news. I don't even watch the news, guys. I pull information, and you know, as a researcher for the show, because we need to be made aware of the climate. But this news is fugazi. This news, the Associated Press, is criminal. It definitely controls the minds of downtrodden people. The press is very dishonest. I just have to vehemently stand on that. There's so many things that are going on in the world, and the only thing that's attractive are the terrible things. And I just don't see how one can keep a positive outlook or be sane always revolving around this kind of stuff. Like, you know, when we were younger, even our parents, they would look forward to coming home and looking at the news.
Watching the news. Better not touch that TV at 6 o'clock.
Man.
11 o'clock. You better be in bed at 11 o'clock because they got to watch the news. And this is very true.
This is true.
One thing I learned was that how what really kind of took me away from the news was learning that the Federal Reserve owns all of the stations that we watch the news on. The Federal Reserve. Yeah. The people that own our money basically and distribute our money because this government allowed them to do it and passed an act to give this one entity power over your dollar bill.
Right.
Federal Reserve notes. Right on the paper. Right. Yes. Yeah, they own all of the television stations. So if me and Khonsu owned ABC, NBC, CBS, MSNBC, we own all of those stations, then all y'all would get is what we want y'all to have.
Eric B for president.
Yeah. Hip hop.
I make Eric B president.
Yeah. Free adult channels. You just have to have a code and you can watch all the free adult movies you like.
And we will make the opposite of slave exploitation movies. We're going to make movies where white people are lynched.
Yes.
And hung from trees.
And reality TV will be illegal. There will be no reality TV. That shit will be banned in this. It'll be banned. All of it. Every last show. From Black Ink to any of the housewives, they all fired. And you better not even utter or mutter anything about reality TV or you going to jail.
You know, I want to kind of stay on track, but that's a good point, Kane. Because why? How can you bring reality to that? That's not real. These things don't happen for real. But people actually get an affinity for that kind of programming and actually try to live that out in reality. And what's funny is, it's kind of ingenious. Most of it is scripted, but a lot of it is actually real, guys. What they do is they bring in people that'll naturally be opposed to one another and allow them to break down and become mad at one another.
Right before you.
That's kind of sick. They say, okay, we know that publicly this person don't like this person, so we're going to pay them to purposely get upset and actually fight them. In front of everybody. It's crazy.
You had a lot of the so-called reality TV actors and actresses come out and reveal this as if we didn't know. I mean, anybody that thinks reality TV is real, you think wrestling is real. You think the WWF is real. So, yeah, that's where you have it. But it would be illegal. It would. You know what I find fascinating, just to piggyback off of what you just said, and we're going to move on to the next thing, is that how it does affect people, because you actually develop an attitude toward specific characters on these so-called reality shows. Like everybody hates Stevie J. You know, for a minute, everybody didn't like what's her name on Housewives, the one that made it famous, Nene. They didn't like her. Nene, yeah, they didn't like Nene for a while. So yeah, it is. Peace, Brandy is back, and she says, "Yep, it's all scripted reality, no doubt about it. In the Matrix view, that's all it is, and it's owned by one entity, and that is your Federal Reserve. Bet you didn't know that. Do the knowledge, y'all. Get hit, and you could just cut. Can you imagine what would happen if everybody just cut their TVs off and stop watching that crap? For real. And be selective with what you go for online as well. The internet can be a fabulous tool, but be very selective with what you get, you know, and where you get your information from. And when you get that from that source, look at other sources, cross-reference it. That's what we mean when we say peripheral investigators. We don't just, you know, we have a primary source or a primary channel or something where we get information, but we also cross-reference that with this over here. That's what that means when we say that. So, yeah, just a little advice. All right, man. So let's keep it moving. So, Don Lemon is on the hot seat. Oh, here we go again with the surprise. White folks just so surprised. Why would he say that? What does he mean? They just can't believe Don Lemon said what he said. Khonsu, we're gonna roll that clip, man, and let's build on this after this short clip, y'all.
Yeah, we'll roll this and then we'll wrap the time.
Yeah, y'all check this out. This is Don Lemon, CNN. Y'all know who he is. This is what he had to say. Check it out.
I keep trying to point out to people not to demonize any one group or any one ethnicity, but we keep thinking that the biggest terror threat is something else. Some people who are marching, you know, towards the border like it's imminent. And when the last time they did this, a couple hundred people came, and they, you know, most of them did get into the country. Most of them got tuckered out before they even made it to the border. So we have to stop demonizing people and realize the biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized to the right. And we have to start doing something about them. There is no travel ban on them. There is no ban on, you know, they had the Muslim ban. There is no white guy ban. So what do we do about that?
All right, man.
I agree, Don Lemon. What the hell do we do about these cracker-ass crackers, these males that's out here killing our black people, Khonsu? He might have a point. He might have a point, man. The most dangerous thing walking on two legs in this country is white men. What do you think about that,
Khonsu? You know, okay, I think it's crazy, and I'll tell you why.
You think what he said is crazy?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to hear this.
Because, okay, they're terrorists. They're the most dangerous thing in the world for us. Now, who are you saying that to? Are you being discriminatory, and could you bring more to the table than just something exclamatory? Because if you haven't checked, young black people are shooting like crazy, and they're being blamed for the crimes instead of the white folks. So are you trying to incense a race war that we can't engage in? What is your purpose for saying that publicly? Like, what is the after effects? You're an elder, Don Lemon. So when you said that, did you think about how it would be received and by who. Because Don Lemon, y'all see them on the video, his ass ain't getting on the front line and doing shit. He's not, kid. He's the Sarah Sutanseti of the movement. A lot of talk. It sounds poignant. It does, and I can agree to the premise.
Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Back up, because you all on my homeboy. He's the Sarah Sutanseti.
Yeah, right.
General.
Right.
He said, you just called Don Lemon.
We lie. We lie. We lie. Don Lemon is an instigator. He's an instigator. If he was standing in a room full of Europeans and talking to their face saying this, I would give him credit. I would. He would change my mind instantly. Go say it in the courthouse, Capitol Hill. Go around them. This is armchair quarterbacking, King. This is not. This is like, he's like the second string quarterback for the New England Patriots. You know how he practices real hard and looks good, but you got Tom Brady right there, man. There's no way you're getting out there. That's Don Lemon.
Oh, you are killing me right now.
Man, I want to support him. You're not. Man, that was a hell of a throw. Jesus, he just threw 60. Can you hear the coach? He just threw 60 yards, guys. All right. Okay, Tom, get in there and take your reps for Sunday. But I just threw 60 yards. I know. You're awesome. But you're going on the bench come Sunday.
Yeah.
It's not time for you, kid. Don, it's not time. You're sending people off the deep. These kind of guys are dangerous to me, King. They're dangerous to me.
Well,
they're dangerous to me.
I understand. Let me say it like this. I understand where he was going with it. He's definitely already feeling the heat. You got white men coming out on every platform talking already. Yeah. I think it was Beck. Forget his first name. Beck, I just saw. Dressed up as Colonel Sanders, mind you, who was a slave owner. Okay, in Kentucky, where they are just realizing that racism is real. Oh my gosh.
Is it real?
It's Becky, what are we going to do? Oh my God. They're just realizing it. The mayor. But I mean, so Don Lemon is going to catch it for this. Did he speak honestly from his perspective? And if you look at, you know, what it kind of goes back to what you said, Khonsu. He's in the news, so he's getting all of this stuff. But the problem that I have with Don Lemon is just a year or two ago, Talib Kweli was checking you, dude. You was hating on your own people.
Right. That's my point.
Now, somewhere down the line, he done found his blackness again. And I agree with you. He ain't getting ready to bust a grape in a Welch's fruit factory. Not one. He ain't getting ready to do jack. They're getting ready to fire him for what he said. I mean, because
he's gone.
You got to be smart. Even if you feel that way, that's something you say in the barbershop. You don't sit on Cuomo's show, a Jew whose daddy is connected, and make that kind of statement after you, right before that, said, we got to stop demonizing folks. He said, watch it again. He said, we got to stop demonizing other groups and ethnicities. But that the white man is the most dangerous ethnicity out of everybody. We worried about the people marching up here from Mexico. They marching to the border. There's thousands of people. It's a magnificent photo if you've seen it. People are coming and they walking all in one unit, in unison, walking because they run this country already. The Mexicans down here, they got their own everything down here. Yes. Everything. They got their own hotels, their own bus line, their own grocery stores, their own strip plazas, their own insurance, car insurance company. got their own down here in Dallas, Texas. I can imagine in San Antonio and out further west. Oh my God. Yeah. So, you know, when you make a statement like that in that kind of a setting, I think he jumped the gun. And I think it was more emotional. You look at his face, I think he was emotional after last week, you know, especially with the Kentucky shootings. These are two elders that were murdered senselessly.
Mm-hmm.
The brother didn't have a chance. He walked up behind him and shot him in the back of the head.
Right.
So,
right.
You know, this is
that's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it's unconscionable, man. It really truly is. But yeah, Don Lemon's going to definitely catch it for that. He, without question, is going to catch it. So we'll see how that unfolds. But if they got rid of Keith Olbermann off of MSNBC,
he's gone. You're gone. Thanks for helping us out, Don.
Yeah,
grand opening, grand closing.
They'll
grand
have
opening,
Torrey.
grand closing.
They'll go get Torrey from the one that BET and the MSNBC fire. They'll go get Torrey and get rid of Don Lemon. Don Lemon, you're done. And then you're blackballed because Don Lemon, guess who owns all of the networks?
The most dangerous terrorist in the world.
The Federal Reserve. It's not a woman in that group, and it ain't nobody black in that group. They're all white men, and they own all of that, brother. They're your boss.
That's my point. It's almost like he's an informant or some kind of plant to me. Like we talk about conspiracy theory all the time. It's like he's saying, "Come on, everybody, come jump off this cliff with me. Come on,
right?
Let's go." Because what's the solution, brother? You okay? They terrorists, and what do we do to terrorists? The last time I checked, the way America handles terrorists is they dispose of them. Osama bin Laden, Saddam Hussein, what did they do to them? So what are you suggesting, sir? In the midst of people like those beautiful black people that were murdered, those people in the churches that were murdered by Dylan Roof. What do you say? Are you conscious of what's going on? That's what I'm worried about, Ken. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about somebody saying, man, you know what, man, Don, right, man. We need to go do something about, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That's not.
And we've been seeing that anyway. The police have helped that. We've been hearing, you hear about stories where police are attacked and things like that, but I don't know. I just don't think he thought it through, King. I don't think Don Lemon understood, like you said, the impact that his words were going to have. And then you sit there and you contradict yourself in such a way when you do it. Right. You know, do I agree with him? Yeah, they without question. They're the most dangerous because they have all the power, all the resources, and all the access, and all the benefits. So I can agree with you to that level, but I'm not going to, you know, sit at my job and say that to the owner, you know, or where the owner can just watch a playback of it. And yeah, you're hit in the mouth, Don. Sorry.
But you know what, Don, that was really poignant, but we're going to have to let you go. That was very gut-wrenching, and I can understand your perspective, but we're going to have to let you go. Godspeed. Godspeed.
Yeah.
That's how that's
He'll regret that. He had a what they call a Kanye moment when Kanye hollered out, George Bush don't like black people.
Yeah.
His was, and then I'm with you with the agent thing. Just like I said, a year or two ago, Don Lemon, you were trashing your own.
Man, I thought something was wrong with you.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was, man. He saw the coon comments and all the things like that, and he just flipped. He just switched his mindset. I don't know. Maybe it was after Barack left. He felt some type of way.
Yeah.
Who knows where this miraculous change? Brandy said maybe he wants out too. It could be, Brandy. Maybe he's having a real awakening. I don't knock my people if it appears as though they're having a real awakening.
Right.
That right there was not reflective of a real awakening. It was not smart for him to sit there and say that on CNN like that. So That's my opinion. Yeah. All right, King. I'm looking at the time, man. This would be a perfect time. Let's go ahead and do that. Give him that second dose. Raise the vibrations. And when we come back, you want to talk about Donald Trump and immigrants. You got some heavy stuff to drop. And then, we got a letter. It's the King's Council before we wrap things up. So y'all hang tight. Go ahead and put that needle on the record, son. Do your thing.
Man. You know, this is a little old school for the, the cats that remembers, the backyard barbecues and that kind of stuff. And, auntie and uncle and mom and dad dancing in the backyard or in the basement. I'm talking about an old school stepper set, y'all. We're going to do an old school stepper set with a couple of new twists in it. So let's get it cracking. Let's get this stepper set going, y'all. WMLR, brother. We'll be right back, y'all. The Melanated King.
When we met, it wasn't quite clear to me what you had in store was there for only me. Surely you know you took me by surprise. When I turned and looked, I saw that message in your eye. There you were, out there on the floor. The way you move, girl, only made me want you more. I did not know you had me hypnotized to the movement of your body dancing in my eyes. I knew I had to hold you and make you mine. Don't want to control you, just have a good time in ecstasy.
Turn up your speakers for the king.
It's crazy out on these streets. Police like stressing me. Man, I'm trying to triple my stacks. I gotta get that dough. I can't be broke. I'm ready for the weekend. Get down. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm going out. I'm going out. Hey, I'm dropping dollars. It's the weekend, baby. Can't stop me now. Oh no. DJ, don't play. No. I wanna dance. DJ, oh yeah. Slow
Yeah. One or two would be cool. Hit my grind on, but I need a good groove. I'm on a lose control. Step in, getting crunk too. More than I look the will do, but I wanna get dirty. Countdown to the weekend, yeah. I'm going out. Ooh, I'm going out, sing. Popping collars, dropping dollars. It's the weekend. Can't stop me now.
Black is so right here on WMLR.
I'm so happy it's the weekend, 'cause I'm gonna let my hair hang down and shake my thing around. My groove, 'cause I'm really in the mood, and you know just what to do. Tonight is my night. Tonight is the night that we gon' have a good time. Let's just have a good time. Come on and say, y'all, tonight is the night. Oh yeah, we gon' have a good time. Let's just have a good time. Forget your worries, just leave them behind, 'cause life's too short. You need to find a good time. So get your booty on the dance floor. That's what we came here for. No parking on the floor no more. My groove, 'cause I'm really in the mood, and you know just what to do. Tonight is my night. Tonight is the night. We gon' have a good time. Let's just have a good time. Come on and say, y'all, tonight is the night. Oh yeah, we gon' have a good time. Let's just have a good time.
Turn up your speakers for the king.
Let's pretend for one night I'm the man in your life, and we do the things that lovers do. All the loving you like, I give it to you just right. There's nothing less than special when it comes to you. See, what we have is an understanding that works so well for how we are. 'Cause neither of us has the heart to fall in love all over again. No.
The melanated king. Melanated king.
Hello world, it's a great day. Be thankful. Put a smile on your face and nothing but blue skies. Tell somebody hi. Get your car shine. It's the weekend and I can feel the love. Tonight I'm gonna hit the club. I'm in casual linen shirt and pants. I can't wait to dance. This is your weatherman. It's gonna be sunshine, no signs of rain. Blue sky, it's your weatherman.
Baby, smile for me, don't frown, 'cause after a while, everything will be alright. Just wipe your tears, don't frown, 'cause after a while, everything will work out fine.
I know sometimes life gets hard and you wanna break down and cry. You wanna know why. Life seems to bring you pain when there can be sunshine. It don't cease to rain. Ooh, baby, baby, smile for me.
'Cause after a while, everything will be alright.
Wipe your tears. Surrounded by complications, only brings aggravation. Put the negative behind you, ain't in the equation. So keep your head up to the sky, and you'll find that everything will be alright.
Black is so right here on WMLR.
I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, putting it on my chain, wearing it round my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car, wherever I choose to go. It won't take me far. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm taking my own freedom, putting it in my song, singing loud and strong, moving all day long. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my stroll. I'll be high stepping, y'all, letting the joy unfold. I'm living my life like it's just like you
Just like music. To relax my mind so I can be free and absorb the sound that keep me round, doing my thing constantly with no worries. Peace to keep Murray. Just like music. To keep me flowing, to keep me going, to keep me growing, to keep me to eat from knowing what happens out there. It's not my concern. You wanna die, it's not my turn. Just like music. To do something to me like jumping the Mercedes on the highway, doing over 80 without music, baby. I'll go crazy. Just like music. Make me call my homie on the phone like there's something new out that got me in the zone. Just that feeling got me. I wish music can adopt me. Just like music.
The melanated king. Melanated king. Melanated king.
You talk a lot of shit. Where your bodyguard at? I got a pocket full of money. Where the mall at? Where the quads at? Where the drinks? Where the bras at? Niggas fighting over bitches. Need to squash that. You shouldn't be disgruntled cause you didn't land a cat. This black pussy and I'm still trying to wash that. Rinse it up, lick the blood right between the center gut. Sit in my lap and look at my snaps. Drop a 20 and watch these troublemakers fighting for scraps. My draw's so clean, my nuts are so powdered. Don't stress me out, just eat your clam chowder. Trying to stick my honeybee into your flower. If you like this record, then make the shit louder. It's so terrific out on the Pacific. Green plants and dancing make you feel lifted. I'm DJ Quick and I'm so fucking gifted that you didn't even feel when the momentum shifted. I turned the pocket around and slowed it all the way down. I'm a musical cocktail. Get on the ground, spread your legs, put your hands behind your back. Get up and walk backwards toward me. You want to rest with them big ass breasts and that ass. Make me think you had a strap. Keep your hands up, get on your face, spread them wide. We got high game. Why you trying to lie to me? You got the rest.
Excuse me, miss. We're pulling you over because your ass is extremely too fat. You need back up quick. I'm the right nigga to get my picks. A thick stallion, I'm slinging the dick. Still banging the bricks with the cane and the six. Remain in the mix because I'm famous and shit. Let the kissing doors open. My entourage walk in is kissing horoscoping. I'm open for more poking. On my wrist is 50 tokens. Buy that chump, so to show off for a meal. Try that chump, I'm on the boat still listening to Way Too Funky. Park that ass right here, chick, and make that monkey talk for me. When you walk, I see a clear speech. Come and get it, I got some for each. Now bump it on the radio and put it on repeat. Play it loud in the streets, go out and get yourself a freak. The moral of the story is we ho-hopping police. Know your rights, put these stuffs on when you're locked in these sheets.
Get on the ground, spread your legs, put your hands behind your back. Get up and walk backwards toward me. You want to rest with them big ass breasts and that ass. Make me think you had a strap. Keep your hands up, get on your face, spread them wide. We got high game. Why you trying to lie to me? You got the right to remain. Either you can ride the big ass bus or the jail and go home with the
Ooh, WMLR, brother. Getting your step on. A little bit old school, a little bit of new school. Dipping your hip, make sure you don't slip.
Ooh.
Brother, y'all.
Ooh. That was fire, man. Fire.
Man, there was some good stuff. My favorite is DJ Quick.
Yeah.
DJ Quick, that's a favorite line dance song, man.
I hadn't heard that Jasmine Sullivan track. I hadn't heard that one. I hadn't heard Jones. Man, you brought it, bro. You brought it, man. It made me feel like I was back home in floods in Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
With the floods?
Yeah, it's called Floods. We ride down to Detroit, go down there and step. But there's places in Flint we step. We step the night away in the mid. You know what I'm saying? Just like y'all doing Chi-Town. We do our thing. So
right.
Midwest love right there, man.
And to my hardcore steppers,
yes,
I didn't want to come predictable with the JBs.
Yeah.
But I got a feeling we're going to come down that way pretty soon for you hardcore steppers. We're going to throw some little JBs on y'all.
Yeah. They got a nice step to the one of them James Brown tracks I saw them doing. I was like, oh, they get it. It's just a beautiful thing when you see the whole floor, beautiful black people dressed to the nines and just stepping. The night ballrooming, you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing.
It is, man. It's beautiful.
All right, King. We're at the bottom of the hour, so you wanted to bring to the conversation of something dealing with Donald Trump and the immigrants.
Yes, man.
Drop that, bro.
Well, if you guys didn't know, earlier in the news last week, you had a group of immigrants that just had enough. You know, they were facing a lot of political issues and a lot of poverty. They just packed up their stuff and they started acting like they was taking a scene out of Exodus. Thousands, a sea of immigrants were headed for the borders of the United States to the chagrin of our president, Donald Trump. And according to Military Times, Donald Trump had a problem with it. So what I'm going to do, before I get into the details, King, is drop some of the primary evidence. I'm going to play the video response from Mr. Trump, the Orange Man. I'm going to play an excerpt and see if I'm the only one that's figuring this out. Let's just see what everybody else thinks, man. Donald Trump.
Congress, or it's even possible, in my opinion, this is after meeting with some very talented legal scholars, that you can do it through an executive order. Now, I'd rather do it through Congress because that's permanent, but we can certainly do it through, I really believe we can do it through executive order. One other thing, if President Obama can get DACA approved, if you look at DACA, where he actually said, well, this isn't legal or this I can't do, but I'll do it anyway. And then he gets a judge to approve it. And it'll ultimately be decided by the Supreme Court, I hope quickly. But certainly if he can do DACA, we can do this by executive order. With that being said, I think Congress will ultimately act, but I may very well do it by executive order. Just so you understand, a person comes in, was never in our country before, has a baby, and now all of a sudden the baby's a United States citizen. And through chain migration and other things, many other people come in through the baby. It's ridiculous. All you have to do is take a look at what Harry Reid said in 1993.
Okay, I got the wrong clip, guys. That's actually another serious issue that we need to touch. That's actually the wrong clip, King. He was going into talking about the repeal of citizenship due to birth, and I must have mixed the clips up because it was titled differently. But what Trump said, I'll talk about the article here, so forgive me, guys. He sent out troops at about 1,500 to meet these immigrants at the borderline. 1,500 military troops. And he's considering sending closer to 5,000. What are your thoughts about that, King? The immigrants want to come here. They want asylum. They want freedom. They can't take it anymore, but they're staying. They're going to bum rush the border, and they're coming to America, Daddy. They said, look, we're coming to America.
Yeah, and it's, like you said, thousands of people. And it's swelling as they move closer. Other people are joining in, and they're moving. But I agree with Don Lemon on that. A lot of them are going to fall off. But anyway, I digress. The video actually was really right on time, because what we heard him talking about was the executive order. Yeah. This is where the president can make a call by using the executive order. For instance, when the Sandy Hook incident took place, former President Barack Obama initiated 23 executive orders where he doesn't have to go to Congress. And this is what he's talking about in that clip about the birth rights being, somebody being born here. But if he's going to use that for that, then he's definitely going to do what he wants to do when it comes to these immigrants that are obviously they're looking at it as some sort of a threat. I mean, think about that for a minute. You got thousands of people. If they did it from Canada, they would look at it as a threat. Like, what the hell is going on? I don't know if they would react the same way. More than likely not. But you can see and look at it as a threat. When you see the picture of all these people walking, you like, wait a minute. If they was coming up on your house, you go get that thing, right? So, I mean, you can kind of look at it like that. Do I agree with his stand? No, because his attitude is what's causing this anyway. It's the old adage, when you project negative energy, you're going to draw negative energy. And so that's what I think, man, he's doing, and is going to continue to do. He's going to draw negative energy. And if anybody gets hurt, any of them people get shot or killed, then now you're going to have the global community come in and saying, whoa, wait a minute, and that's going to cause other problems, could be bigger problems. Who knows? We got our own. We got enough stuff going on. I don't know. It just all depends on what all these people are going to do when they come to the border, Khonsu.
Well, I know that this is a media distraction to a lot of things that are going on, but Donald Trump has his racist ways, but our borders have to be protected, and this is a very tough call. I think Donald Trump kind of brought it on himself with his attitude sometimes, but is he doing the right thing? I think so. In this case, it's a case-by-case scenario with this one here, man. This is a tough call. If I'm the president of the United States, commander-in-chief, my number one priority is to protect the borders of the United States. If they can bum rush this border, this is sending a message to anybody else that thinks that they can come into the United States and do what they want to do. And like you said, Canada's watching this. Canada's definitely watching. So everybody is like, now how was he going to handle this? So he had to do this. And this is a real tough situation. And everybody, you're going to have to think with a clear head. And I say this all the time. I am Africa till I die. But I am an American born in Chicago, Illinois. And my 399, I believe this December is going to mark exactly 400 years of slavery, King. I know it's coming up. We have ancestors that fought for WMLR to exist. And it is compromising our right to freedom and liberty and justice. And we have some issues to deal with within America, but the last thing we need is international compromise. Man, it's already shaky as it is with 9/11 and other stuff that goes on, King. But this right here, man, I just know it's not going to be good. It's not going to be, because you're sending the military, King. Military don't talk. They don't say, hold on, wait.
No, not too many times. But maybe they coming to build the wall. Maybe because he said they was going to build the wall.
I hope they do. So, you know what, King?
Maybe
I wish he was listening to this. I hope that he gets an epiphany and say, look, just build a temporary wall so they can't get in there. For right now. Just do it. We'll worry about the sanctions later. We can't let them in it. Because if they start bum rushing that gate and that wall, brother, they're going to start shooting.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen.
Yeah, we would have to flex our military might at that point in time. I don't mean we as though I'm some party to it. But like Khonsu says, we live here. You know what I mean?
It's sad. I feel bad, you know?
I feel bad about it too.
But our women and children are here. I can't.
Yeah, they did it to the Haitians when they tried to bum rush. You know, so yeah, you can't just bum rush. That would send such a message worldwide about the state of this country, you know, and security matters, y'all. Y'all ever seen Red Dawn? Y'all remember that movie, Red Dawn? Yeah, you remember how that happened, how that went down? Yes. So you wouldn't want nothing like that where people just come in and just take over, you know.
Don Lemon.
I wouldn't.
Don Lemon.
Yeah.
You don't want what you're asking for, Don Lemon.
Right. No, you really don't. And I just think he's basing something. He's coming from a totally emotional place. Totally emotional. Donald Trump must have said something about him directly, or I don't know. But yeah, that's a whole thing, a whole nother thing. But yeah, man, that's my take on that. I think it's a phenomenal situation. We're getting ready to see what white fragility does, and we know we know what they go.
We know what's going on.
Yeah, when you make white fragility nervous, we know what they're gonna do. So it's gonna be interesting to see, you know, what calls he makes and everything. So I don't know, but yeah, 5,000 troops down there. That means you taking it. Don't we have troops just stretched all over the place? So I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see. All right, brother. It's 1:45.
Yes, sir.
And it's time to get that letter. It's time to get that letter. Go on and set it on up, King.
Well, man, you know, guys, we take pride. We've been getting letters from a lot of, you know, dedicated viewers. And they want our counsel, my fellow king. The King's Council. They're looking for our counsel, and we try to do our best to deliver. So we coming with the King's Council, y'all.
And now, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the King's Council, exclusively on WMLR, More Life Radio, your #1 station dedicated to Black emancipation. And now,
All hail the king, the king, the king, the king.
Ohan! I feel like riding on an elephant or something, like full speed. Ohan! Get the royal baggage. My son works. I feel like that when I hear that.
Get up, start doing my African dance, man.
Man, I feel like I'm on a zebra with my spear. Like, what up, boy? Boy? I ain't playing with you. Playing with you, boy.
All right. So we got a letter here, Khonsu, and I usually don't read these until right when we do them on the show. I like the effect of it, but I read this and was just blown away by the situation, and it's a real situation, a controversial situation, and I'm going to kind of touch on it after I read it. All right, so I'm going to go into it. Greeting, brothers. First off, I want to say thank you for having this corner. I found that interesting that the writer, the sender of this letter, thinks of this like as a corner where we just stand out and we just chilling and chopping it up. I'm not a big on discussing my personal issues and feelings with anyone I know, and I need to get to, if nothing else, unload this heavy feeling on me. Sure wish this was around long ago. I don't know where this person is from. Y'all forgive me if I struggle on some of the vernacular and the articulation here, so y'all bear with me. I'm reading it as is, all right. I have been married to my wife for 7 years. We always talked about a big family. Our son was born 2 years ago. When my wife found out we were having him, she was the ultimate preparer of him coming. We were so excited. We were already talking about her having the next one while she was so pregnant with him. We discussed just about everything we could think of to give him the best chance we could. We discussed immunizations. I was against it completely, but she just wouldn't budge. Now, I know there is no real way to prove it was the reason, but he has been diagnosed with autism. Reading all the articles about how the rapid increase of Black male children being diagnosed, I know that's what has happened to my family. Brothers, if that isn't a hard enough blow, my wife has gone to a very sunken place with grief and guilt. She pushed for the immunizations and she is broken, and I can't find a way to fix her. She will not talk or see anyone, and her guilt is destroying her, not only mentally, but physically. She has all but abandoned her motherly duties and placed them all on me. She does not work, and I have to have a family member sit with both her and my son while I work. I can't afford a real professional to come in, and I can't put this weight on my family much longer. It is as if I have two mentally disabled people to care for, and my strength is running down. Sometimes I just want to run and not look back. It sounds bad, but I'm just being honest. The man I am today, I won't do that. But I am tempted more and more when I walk through my door to what I see is a disaster compared to what I pictured all my life coming home from work as a husband and father would be. Man, I don't know. Thanks for the corner. Wow. Whew, okay. And like I said, it touches on a controversial topic. Now, here we have a young brother who obviously has done some research and studied a little bit, and he is against immunizations. And we do know that evidence has come out recently suggesting that the immunizations are a cause of autism, especially in young Black boys. Those are the ones that usually after the immunization, so they have reported that take on the characteristics or the mentality of an autistic child, Khonsu. And so, man, let's start there. You know, how do you, when it's something like that, and you're dealing with your queen, and you're planning for your children, how do you come to it? What kind of a compromise do you think exists, Khonsu, with that? She's all for the immunizations. He's dead set against it. What would have been a better approach versus just relenting and saying, okay, you win? What do you think would have been a better approach?
Well, it's understanding each other's point of view, understanding each other's language, because they both love their son. Understanding that it's a love language thing, and we have to be able to relate to our better half's language and understand it as well as we understand our own. And we have to step out of our own personal needs and do what's best for the whole. And it sounds like it was miscommunication and misunderstanding. And this one kind of hits home because my middle son was diagnosed with autism, functional autism at birth, because he was premature. So I've gone through this. Fortunately, I didn't have a disagreement with the child's mother because we disagreed. We did not want the medication because we were worried about what it would do. It would make it worse. So I understand it, and I feel compassionate for both ends. And I think that it was what should have happened was an emotionless conversation that dealt with the emotional needs of each other, both parties, so that they can make a non-emotional decision. But first, they would have had to keep and maintain their emotional love tanks. They got to keep them full by meeting each other's emotional needs as husband and wife, so they can, as a team, deal with their child, who they both love dearly. And I think it was a battle of who could outlove their child, who was best for their child, and I think that's what created the problem.
Yeah, that and a lot of times, our queens, because they go through the burden of carrying the child, they oftentimes feel as though they have the last say. Now, there's really no perfect way that you can go about that situation. I do agree with what you said. Definitely understanding and applying the knowledge of the love languages. That way you can always have some foundation, just an ability to talk, because this was one of those situations where some real communication needed to go down. I think on the brother's part, on the king's part, perhaps he could have brought the information to her. You're not going to get her to look it up because she's already in her mind wanting the immunizations, and it's something she's been taught, something her parents taught her, and something she feels very adamant about that needs to take place. Then what you do is approach her using one of the love languages, one or more of the 5 love languages, and then present the information. Sometimes with our queens, you have to put it right in their face. I find that very, very magnificent. Just the fact that sometimes you got to go through that lens. Sometimes your woman is just not going to listen. She don't want to hear it from you. You might say something, and then somebody at work says it, and she'll remember that person said it to her versus you. Sometimes, I'm not saying all the time. Some of our queens are guided and they listen to the kings, and so we're not talking about all. But in this situation, it seems like she was just dead set for it. You were dead set against it, but you didn't bring the evidence. If you had brought the evidence and the proof to foundate what you were saying and to base it, back your debate up about it, maybe that would have made her think about it a little more and look into it herself. I don't know. That's one aspect. But definitely, fellas, the 5 love languages, we talk about them all the time. It's a very important factor. Know your queen's 5 love languages and make sure she knows yours, because you're special too, and you have a right to be heard. And so she needs to know your love languages and in the order that they come in and flow and fall. So that's the first part, I think, that kind of caught my attention in that letter. Now, I love the love, the black love. They were planning on having a family. And really, obviously, they talked about that and communicated that. They waited 5 years, actually. They've been married 7. And then they had the child 2 years ago. So they waited 5 years to have this child. So they obviously did some serious planning. That's another thing we need to do and do better. So we need to talk about sickle cell when we are having children. I'm done having children, but for you young kings out there that's still doing it, these are things that you should consider when you are planning a family. And so now this brother is just downtrodden. He's dealing with this mentally, physically. He's having to do everything. He's calling on his family members to come and sit with her because he's worried not only about his son, but he's worried about his wife. And she's just fallen into a sunken place. Khonsu, I know you've dealt with somebody like that that's fallen into that place, man. What are some of the things we can advise this brother to do to try to help get her out of the sunken place that she's in right now, the blame, the guilt that she's experiencing?
Well, he can't help her get out of the sunken place. He needs to support her in the sunken place by going there with her and relating to her and fighting on the front line with her. I'm a big advocate for marriage, and we don't really take time to understand the solemn oath of marriage. It is for better and worse. Not being cliche-ish on the oath, the traditional oath, but you love a person unconditionally. And so you guys have to shed your mask, throw them social masks off, and bear it all. And I got some tough love for you, brother. You are going to have to be, it's husband time. It's husband time. In the worst moment, you cannot give up. This is why you married her. This is what marriage is made of. You got to get down in the trenches with her and reach her emotional core and relate to her sadness and tell her it's not her fault. This wasn't a right choice and a bad choice. She made the choice out of love for her child. It wasn't controlling, manipulating, or trying to win a fight. It was her loving her child and doing what she thought was best. And if you did or if you didn't, apologize and tell her, I love you at your worst moment and I will never leave your side. Now is the time to be a husband. It's not time to be logical. It's not time to win. Ain't nobody winning at this. It's time for you to just give and let go. Let it go. Don't worry about what you didn't do, what could have been done, because at the end of the day, that's still your child, and your child needs y'all love and affection. So focus on that and get dirty with it, King. Get down and get grinding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that how you put it. It's husband time, and when you love somebody, you go with them, you with them through the rough times. You learn how to better communicate. She may have her number one love language may be words of affirmation. That's how you break through. You just keep at it, keep chiseling away with it. She's in an emotional place. So what we know and understand about that is that she will move past it. You can't rush her. You can't force it. You've got to and her motherhood, her mother instincts will kick in. I have confidence in the queen. I don't know her. I don't know you, but I think that her motherhood will kick in. She will come out of that funk. Don't you give up on her. Don't you quit. Like Khonsu said, it's husband time. It's time for you to be the man. So you got to clean up when you get home from work, man, knock it out. Tell her you love her. Oh, baby, I love you. Don't worry. I got it. It'll be tough. You'll have some days where you want to, vent and be coddled as well because you get tired. You're a human being. That's without question. But brother, you need to find another outlet to where you can be there for her. You got to find a way to get, go work out. Play the game. Get on the game if that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Smoke a joint if that's what you do. I'm just saying, if that's what you do, smoke a joint, relax, and then tend to your woman and your child, man, because they really need you. And the benefits are much greater down the road if you do it that way versus your temptation, versus giving to your temptation to run and to flee. As men, there comes a time when you have to stand to be a man, and this is that time, brother. Tie a knot. Keep hanging. Keep remembering it ain't nobody bad like you, son. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I think, and Brandy said it, this will make you stronger. My sis said it's also important to know your partner's family medical history as well. That is so true. Very, very true. Know the things that you're susceptible to. But then you can alter that based on what you feed your child as well. And, who knows, man? Your child is young, and hopefully it's something down the line that you'll be accustomed to dealing with, and it won't stop y'all. It won't stop you from being a family and making more babies, having more children. You young people out there, populate for real. We need it. So, yeah, that's deep. That's pretty deep, Khonsu. Pretty deep story right there, man. We thank y'all. Don't forget, you can send your letters right to our email, moreliferadio@gmail.com, and we'll keep you discreet. We won't say your name or anything. You can make up a name if you want to. We had our first letter, she made up a name. It was a queen. So we had some really, really good letters, and I think this one is really, really powerful. Also, when he talks about, he said he can't afford a real professional to come out there. Look up support groups. Look up the resources in your community. There's going to be some help out there, somebody that can help you. There may even be people who will do it pro bono just because it's a moving story and they want to help. So look up, check your resources in your community. Look at those things up. Use Google. Google is your friend sometimes. And shout out to the family members that take the time out to go and help. That's love. That's what we need, man. We need that. So yeah, and you keep your head up, King. You keep your head up. Watch the words you call it too. Don't call it a disaster. We got to watch the words and how we describe things, family. All right. I'm going to go ahead and say my good nights, Khonsu, and let you close it up. And I can't, I did it the last time. But I'm going to just say good night to the family. We appreciate you for hanging out with us tonight. As always, it's an honor and a privilege to bring this to you. We hope that you join us on Saturday morning. We'll be back on our regular time at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time to get your Saturday popping, get you ready for the weekend. We're going into November tomorrow. We set our clocks back. So have fun, all you clubbers. It's y'all's holiday. You get that extra hour of clubbing in, and you can't get in no trouble. It'll be really 3 o'clock, but the clock will say 2. So you can't get in no trouble. All right. So hey, y'all have fun. Be safe. And as always, I tell you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart and with the energy of the ancestors, I love you. I wish the best for you. Kings, treat your queens like they ought to be treated. Learn to be a better man, all right? Strive to be a better man. Always be aware of your shortcomings. Do real self-inventory. And remember, whenever you feel like you're nearing the end of your rope, just tie a knot. Keep hanging and keep remembering that it ain't nobody bad like you. Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good. Huh. Peace, family. Going out of my B-boy stand.
Peace and power, everybody. Beautiful show, man. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. We thank you for the consistency. And just, an abundance of love and appreciation. We thank you. And keep your head held high, stay focused, and always be about loving your other brother, man, your other sister. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. So your one and only Khonsu Shesnmu Amun, and of course, Tehuti the Flat Virgo. Peace and power, everybody. We love you. We'll see you again. Peace out.
man has a higher self and a lower self. With your higher self, you can achieve greatness and things beyond this planet. With your lower self, you get your basic needs, but also can create darkness. Find your balance, king.
God bless the king, homie. 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 Tootin' coming, we got rootin' coming. Mansa Musa, now a rap producer. God bless the king, homie. God bless the king, homie. My Nefertiti feed me fettuccine. My Nefertari cook me calamari. God bless the king, homie. God bless the king, homie. I'm King Arthur, the king of the authors. William the Conqueror writing apocryphas. God bless the king, homie. God bless the king, homie. My Cleopatra fucked the illest rapper. I'm King Solomon writing them songs again. God bless the king, homie. God bless the king, homie. I'm Imhotep in that limo stretch. Emperor Ming when I enter the scene. God bless the king, homie. God bless the king, homie. My queen Isis, she know I'm the nicest. My queen Elizabeth thick on some stripper shit. God bless the king, homie. Talk to him. God bless the king, homie. Ramesses is what the camera sees. King Taharka, autographing with a Sharpie marker. God bless the king, homie. God bless the king, homie. The poet laureate, poet Moet, and the Lord Ferrari. Yes, y'all don't know my story yet. My people's burden, I'ma carry it by any means necessary. It's the way I was raised on that Pharaoh shit. God bless the king, homie. 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 Go Alexander on you salamanders. Go Genghis Khan like a genius done. God bless the king, homie. God bless the king, homie. Like King Snake, spine of the Mayans, we giants. Amada Montezuma, I'm a llama shooter. God bless the king, homie. God bless the king, homie. I'm Xerxes versus Worth Cheese. I'm Chief Sitting Bull, I keep getting pulled. God bless the king, homie. God bless the king, homie.
I'm Shaka Zulu, they thought it was voodoo. They play the trumpets when crooked is coming. God bless the king, homie. God bless the king, homie.